Whether you like it or not, the cold weather is upon us and it's glove and mitten time. What if you don't want full coverage of a mitten and you have things to do? You have to use your fingers. Us do-it-yourselfers can't let the cold stop us from doing what we want and need to do with our hands. I'm Jan Howell, and I'm going to show you how to make a pair of DIY fingerless gloves out of fleece. It's an easy sewing project that will take you only 10 minutes. I love wearing these fingerless mittens when I'm driving. You still have full access to maneuver your phone, do some outdoor work if you need to, detailed finger work, sewing, even office work. I wear these sometimes when I'm using the keyboard. I have tweaked this pattern to get the right coverage, comfy fit, and it comes in 5 different sizes, all the way from adult extra large down to a child size. You can find the link to this pattern in the description below. While you're thinking about it, make sure you're subscribing to the channel, and let's go over a few of the items and things that you'll need for this project. You'll need the pattern printed and downloaded and cut out to the size that you want, a pair of fabric scissors, and the fleece that you're going to be using. As you can see, it only takes a small amount, and you can also use an upcycled fleece jacket or top. As you all know, I'm all about recycling. You'll need a few straight pins, or these wonderful fabric clips are great to have. And of course, your sewing machine. Before you cut this out and totally decide on what size you want, you may want to just lay your hand and spread out your thumb and see how long you want this. For those who have shorter fingers or smaller hands, you can always take this down shorter, or of course make this longer or shorter as you want. But this is pretty standard size hand measurement. So just as the pattern indicates, we want to make sure that we're putting this pattern down on the stretch of the fabric. Fold the fabric over to double it. Make sure you have enough space for your pattern, and place this right side on the fold and pin or clip in place. You'll cut out 2 of these on the fold. So I have threaded my machine with the corresponding color of thread and set my stitch to a zigzag stitch, the width 3 and the length 2. The reason we use a zigzag stitch is because when you stretch and put on your mitten, we don't want the seam to pop, which will happen if you have a straight stitch. So this zigzag stitch, this narrow short zigzag stitch, will help with that. So I have placed the right sides of the glove together, and I'm going to sew this bottom wrist seam first, just sewing from here to here, back stitching at the beginning and the end of the seam. And the seam allowance is going to be just 3/8 of an inch, which is usually just the edge of your presser foot on the edge of your fabric. And then sew that top seam. Clip your threads and just trim, angle that corner off, and then trim the seam. Make sure not to cut into the stitching. clip that corner and your threads. Turn it inside out. So what's great about fleece fabric, it will not fray. So you don't have to finish the top edge. You could, of course, finish that off with a piece of fleece binding, and you can see my tutorial on fleece binding, or you can just leave it like this. And that's what I choose. It's just simple. So just repeat that process on your other glove. So now, wasn't that simple? Now just go and make a pair for everyone in the family. Stay tuned for upcoming courses, sewing courses, classes, and quick tutorials. We'll see you in the next class.